Australia Cup champions. 2022. Game on!
It means the world to us, the club and the supporters, for getting to test yourselves against some of the best teams in Australia.
There is talent, we are going to fight for our players.
And the cup set is very much alive. Oh, what a goal! Unbelievable! And he delivers! Who else but Mark Marino?
And what a way to kick things off in this matchup.
There it is! There it is!
46 teams started the journey competing for a chance to play on the national stage, and tonight we'll narrow it down to just two. Campbelltown City or Croydon FC will be awaiting their fate after 90 minutes, or possibly more here tonight, to find out who'll be joining the Metro Stars in the Australia Cup round of 32, and also making their way into the Federation Cup in South Australia. I'm your host, Johnny Kecko, and alongside me for the pre-match game show as well is former Campbelltown City player and current LA United youth team assistant coach Baz Pahas. Thank you for joining me.
Been a pleasure. Thank you very much for having me.
Big games here tonight. Both teams looking to make their second appearance in the Australia Cup round of 32. It's the first time for Campbelltown to make it through the Federation Cup way, which is the normal way, but a few years ago was the NPL Championship, and that's how they made their way in 2019.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge for both clubs who are sort of having different seasons at the moment, aren't they? Croydon, who are had a bit of a resurgence of late, but Campbelltown's flying at the moment. So one-off game though, massive prize at the end of it. It should be an absolute blockbuster. Yeah,
it should be. And also Croydon FC, they haven't played in the Cup since 2015, but their head coach, Travis Dodd, he played in 2016 for Metro, and ironically, his head coach was his assistant coach right now, Robbie Saracino, and also one of his players who's on the bench today, Dion Kirk, was also playing for the opposition, Bentley Greens.
Yeah, and Dion's also played many years at Campbelltown as well. Yeah. So, it's funny how the game circles around like that.
Yeah, it is. And, big game here today. Looking forward to seeing what can happen. Looking forward to seeing what can happen here. Croydon FC we're looking forward to seeing what Croydon FC can do. They are coming off a good game against Metro. They almost won 2-0, but 2-2 draw was the end result. But out of that, unfortunately, they lost Panagaris and also Tremonton through a head clash towards the end.
Yeah, they're Panagaris has been a very, very good player for a long time for Croydon. Has a lot of experience as well, so he'll be certainly be a big loss for them. Look, a point against Metro isn't a bad point. Metro are obviously the benchmark this year, so I think they'll take that and they'll move on. And looks like they're gathering a little bit of momentum, so they're not in a bad place coming into this game.
And Campbelltown City, they haven't made any changes. And let's go down to Alessio Carocci when he caught up with the head coach, Michael Matriciani.
We're here on the ground with Michael Matriciani, the coach of Campbelltown. How are you feeling ahead of tonight?
Yeah, very good. It's the first time I just walked down the pitch. It's looking absolutely amazing. So the rain stopped, so it should be a perfect night.
So we're looking at your previous game on Friday night. How do you think your attacking formation with your fullbacks will work out on a bigger pitch tonight?
Look, we like playing on bigger spaces, the way we like to play, and we have good players in individual one-on-one situations. So normally in a bigger pitch, you get a bit more space. But I thought Friday night against White City was a good performance, and we're coming in with full confidence.
We talked to your player, Joel Allwright, after the game as well, and he said how big of an occasion it would be for you guys to make a cup final. Obviously, Campbelltown haven't won a cup or been in a final in quite a few years, so how big do you think that would be?
Look, every game is important. Now, there's a lot riding on tonight. Obviously, we want to qualify for the round of 32. We want to make a cup final. And yeah, I'm not sure exactly the stats, but I know it's a long time that Campbelltown haven't been in a cup final. So we're really looking forward to the occasion. We're ready to go.
Last question here before we leave you. Who do you think's a player to look out for from your side tonight who might be the difference maker?
Look, I think we have a number of players, both Japanese boys in super form. Mark Marino, Alex Mullen, I could probably name our whole starting 11. So, and then we've got players on the bench that, it's always hard as a manager to pick the best 11. We have 3 or 4 boys that can do they're more than capable to come on and make a difference. So, we're really happy the way things are going, and we look forward to tonight.
Well, thank you for joining me here, Michael, and good luck for your team, and see you out there tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Cheers.
And a great guy there, Michael Matriciani. Very calm ahead of today's game. And let's cross down to Alessio when he caught up with the other head coach for tonight's game, Croydon FC's Travis Dodd.
We're here at ServiceFM Stadium with the coach of Croydon Kings, Travis Dodd. Hey, ahead of tonight.
Oh, look, we're excited. It's a massive game. We're really pleased that we've made it this far, and look, it's a final push for us. We know that's what's at stake, as everyone does. So, look, the difficult thing is always backing up after a game on the weekend, but look, there's a lot to play for, so we expect the boys to be up and about tonight.
How do you think the weather conditions from earlier today will have an effect on the game today?
Look, the pitch is in great nick, and just being out here now, you wouldn't even know that we've had the downpour. Look, if it stays like this, it'll be great. Perfect conditions, nice and slick on the pitch to get quick ball movement, and should be some attractive football. Hopefully the storms hold off, but look, that's out of our hands. We just got to go and play the football that we can under the conditions we're given.
How big do you think the opportunity is for Croydon Football Club to get back on the national stage after quite a long time coming?
Yeah, look, it has been a while since the club's won trophies. So, look, ideally we want to go all the way in this cup, but there's no doubt the carrot at the end of tonight's game, making the round of 32 for the Australia Cup, is massive, and it's something that we all want to be a part of. It's important for the club. It's important for the juniors, the volunteers, the sponsors that put so much time and effort into the club. So for us to be able to do that is not only just for us as a playing group, but for the whole club.
So how's your squad travelling ahead of tonight? Any injuries, any ins and outs that we should be aware of?
Yeah, look, we had a couple of unfortunate injuries last week against Metro, with John Panagaris suffering a fractured cheekbone, and our goalkeeper, Gianni Tremonton, with a broken nose. So, look, two big outs for us, but at the end of the day, this is why you have a squad, and it's now time for the other players to stand up and take this opportunity, and what better stage to do it than a semi-final of a cup.
Well, it's been fantastic to chat with you here today. Hopefully your team goes well tonight, and good luck for the rest of the game.
No worries. Thanks, Alessio.
Cheers.
Mate.
Travis Dodd there, looking forward to today's game. He knows what to expect in the Australia Cup. He's played it before, formerly known as the FFA Cup. Back in 2016 was that first appearance he made with Metro Stars, lost against Bentley Greens, as we mentioned earlier. But let's talk about the Federation Cup final, which is also the other thing. We talk about the Australia Cup, that's where they're going, round of 32, but they also get a place in the Federation Cup final, something that Campbelltown haven't been a part of since 2009. So it's a long time since they've made an appearance in the cup final. But let's talk about you, though. Last night, the Reserves Cup final semi-finals, you were the coach for LA United Youth Reserves. You guys won against LA Comets 3-1. How was that game last night to be a part of that?
Yeah, excellent. The boys, for the lads playing for silverware is always a buzz, and it was a really good game. Actually, high intensity, high tempo into the final, which is always nice for the lads. So they're looking forward to that as well.
Yeah, big game there. But let's go back to this game. Huge one here on the line tonight. What are you expecting to see from both of these teams? We know they're on different ends of the league table. We've got Croydon FC. They're fighting to stay away from that relegation zone. They're struggling at the moment a little bit. They're finding their feet in the last couple of games, especially 2-2 draw against Metro Stars. It's a huge one. But Campbelltown City are trying to go for that top 2 spot. So how are you expecting to see these two having to shift their mind to a cup final?
Yeah, it's an interesting question because I think all bets are off in games like this. It really is just a one-off game. There is plenty of quality on both sides. It's who's going to handle the moments the best. And as you know, Johnny, in games like this, it's often 2 or 3 defining moments that decide a game.
And on the boundary tonight, we got someone very special on there. It's Alessio Carocci, mate. Your cousin scored last night in the cup final for Adelaide United Youth Reserves. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, Johnny. It's Quite chilly down here now. The pitch is looking good. A little bit wet from the rain before, but it looks perfect conditions here for a great game and a big clash between these two.
Yes, the pitch is looking very good. We've got 43 days away from the World Cup hitting our shores, and we'll cross back through to you throughout the game, mate. So keep nice and warm and nice and dry throughout this match as we get ready for kickoff. Only moments away here at ServiceFM Stadium. Metro Stars, a 5-0 win last week against West Orange Bacala, the only last standing team from State League 1. And tonight we're going to see another NPL team making it through as well. And we are only moments away from kickoff. And there is the captain, Luke Clemick, who played in the side that played Federation Cup, the Australia Cup, formerly known as the FFA Cup, back in 2015. Behind him is the reserves goalkeeper, Matthew Voigt, who is playing tonight in place of Tremonton, who's had a tremendous season so far, but unfortunately broke his nose on the weekend's game. And then also the other captain for Campbelltown City, Alexander Mullen. Behind him is Alexander Woodlands, double Alex, and double Mullins, because you've got another Mullen behind him with Daniel Mullen. And not long to go here. Two teams getting ready. And as they make their way as well, is the referee, A-League referee as well, Daniel Cook, made his debut in Perth, Perth Glory's home game. And tonight he is doing local football once again in the Australia Cup qualifier, also the equivalent to the Federation Cup semi-final. And the crowd slowly building here for Wednesday night football. Some big names in attendance from all clubs, presidents. All rugged up, warm, not a warm day, but a cold day in South Australia. Rain is on its way. And the players making their way onto the pitch now. The magic of the cup awaits here this evening. The pinnacle of Australian grassroots football. 46 teams started all out here in South Australia, all with one dream: to play on the national stage. Both teams here have already had a taste of the Australia Cup. 2019 was the last time for Campbelltown City, but a longer wait for Croydon FC, who has been appeared in it 2015 alongside Metro Stars, and history will repeat if they do get through here this evening. Both teams back on the national stage together, and fittingly it will be Robbie Saracino and Travis Dodd's former sides that will be alongside Croydon if they get it. And let's take a quick look at the home side's lineup this evening. Unchanged lineup for Campbelltown City. Not one change. Michael Matriciani is very happy with his side that played against FK Belgrade on the weekend. They didn't have they had a hard task ahead of them, but they haven't made a change and ready to go for tonight. Bass.
Yeah, why would you? Why would you change a winning side? They've obviously got good momentum, and this is a huge game for them as well. So if I was Michael, I'd be putting my very best 11 on the park, barring any injuries.
Well, Alex Mullen, the captain, he's there ready to go. He's the best head in the league. Scored 3 goals just from his head alone. So he's a very prominent player in that squad. And we'll be very excited to see what they can do here tonight. Laurie Latunzio on the bench as well. A strong player to come off the bench. Now we're looking to try and capitalise on Croydon, who have struggled a bit this season out the back, conceding a few goals. And there they are, getting their pre-game photos. All smiles now for 90 minutes time. That could change depending on what could happen on the pitch. The beautiful pitch, we may add. And the coin toss being delayed due to photos. Now we'll get underway. The two captains, Alex Mullen, Luke Clemick, with the referees Daniel Cook, his two assistants, Nick Elligan and Thomas Temby, and Daniel Faulkner, the fourth official of this evening. You're ready for photos. Big game here for both teams. And the scene is set. And let's take a look at how the away side, Croydon FC, will line up here this evening. A few changes to their side with reserves goalkeeper making his way in, number 21, Matthew Woit, taking place for the injured Johnny Tremonton, but also in the squad as well is Christopher Vivian making his first appearance in the Cup after being out for a long-term injury, but he's going to will hopefully play his second 90 minutes of football after he played his first 90 against Metro on the weekend.
Yeah, it'd be a baptism of fire for those boys, especially the young keeper. Absolutely massive game to come in, but these are where your reputations can be built from, games like this, if you perform well. So he'll be looking to step up for sure.
Absolutely. Big occasion here. We're only moments away from kicking it all off. Croydon FC looking to get their first appearance since 2015, 2019. It's only been a short wait for Campbelltown City. The 90 minutes of football, possibly more, awaits to find out who will be making their way into the round of 32 for 2023 alongside Metro Stars as we get things going here this evening. Croydon there away, yellow strip, great contrasting colours, perfect for the eyes, just like the pitch here at ServiceFM Stadium. James Boffa about to take his away trip shortly. One of Campbelltown's number one ticket holders, Anthony Lanzoni, who's over in Italy at the moment, watching all the way over there. Campbelltown playing it out from the back. Normally play a high pressing style of game, looking to see what they can do here today. Different shape pitch to what they're normally used to. Vass, what are you looking forward to seeing the way they're going to play in the style that Matriciani is going to bring to this game here today?
Yeah, look, I think they'll just settle and look to retain as much possession as they can. I don't think they'll be too intent on busting forward quickly. They want to control the tempo of the game and build up slowly, and we'll see how Croydon reacts to that initially, because I think Campbelltown will dominate possession today.
Mullen. It's Voigt. Hassan. The one Hassan spots Hizamoto. And he's offside though. First offside of this game so far. Halliday. Sorry, Mullen. Daniel Mullen. Played on the national stage in the A-League. Knows oh too well what it's like to play the big games. That experience in tonight's game will do wonders for Campbelltown City. Matsumoto, one of three Japanese players in this tonight's fixture.
You can see already Croydon sitting in that back five without possession of the ball in a bit of a 5-3-2 formation. So they'll be happy to allow Campbelltown to have the ball, you'd think, and then see what they can do on transition.
It's Boffa. Plays it back to Mullen. Mullen's got Hizamoto. A dangerous touch there. Finds his way back to Marriage. Playing his fourth appearance here tonight. Played 270 minutes of football in the Cup. Hizamoto. It's Greco. Finds Andre Carl, the three new recruits for Croydon FC earlier this season. It's Boffa now for Campbelltown City. Finds Marino. On the end of it, James Boffa chasing it down. Finds a whip in. There's a heads in the box. And it's Yoshikawa. Yoshikawa!
What a goal.
Incredible! Campbelltown City Early goal for Shogo Yoshikawa. An absolutely incredible start for the side, Matriciani's side. And it's probably not the way Croydon FC were intending to kick things off here this evening. And let's take a look at that replay once again. The cross from Boffa was headed out, but unfortunately found its way to Shogo Yoshikawa and just whips it in beautifully.
Yeah, it's a lovely finish. The first touch set it up, and he's just then finessed it into that bottom right-hand corner. But I think maybe the header, the defensive header, maybe wasn't the best there from Croydon, but take nothing away from that finish. And that's now Croydon will need to open up, and I think this could make for probably a better game, to be fair.
Absolutely. Could be an exciting game here tonight. Didn't say predictions earlier, but off air I did say extra time could be on the cards. I do like extra football. The more football I can get, the better. Halliday. Mullen. Plays out on the right to Boffa. Matsumoto tries to send it in. Visser. Third appearance in the cup, out of the 4 possible. Earlier injuries earlier in the season. Managed to score a goal against Metro Stars on the weekend to get his side 2-0 up against the table toppers in the REA NPL SA. A good comeback for the youngster. Andre Carl falls to his feet. It's gone out. Corner kick for Croydon. It's opening up though for both sides. Opportunities on either end. And we'll take this opportunity to cross down to our boundary rider, Alessio Carocci.
Yeah, hey Johnny. That was a bit of an interesting move there from Croydon before that goal there. Obviously they're playing in that 3-5-2 maybe with the wing backs, and on this left side, Visser went for the overlap and it didn't reach him, and that led Boffa to have all that spacing behind and took advantage of it, Campbelltown. So we'll see how it goes in this early stages if they still rely on that. We'll go back to the corner.
Martinello whips it in. It's cleared out and will be a throw in. We'll go back to Alessio Croci.
Yeah, Johnny, just as I was saying, we'll see if they stick with that formation, Croydon, with the wing backs and the 3 at the back sitting deeper. Obviously, Campbelltown really like to use that fullback and wing transition very well, so see what they can make the most of this first half.
Yoshikawa does try to get around, and will be a yellow card early on in this matchup. On the end of it, it's Campbelltown City. Christopher Vivian, I believe that was on the end of that one.
You could hear Travis, Croydon's coach, just before urging his players to press. Campbelltown had that ball deep in their the edge of their box and looking for more of a reaction from his players, put a bit more pressure on the Campbelltown boys. Alex Mullen got out a little bit too easy for Travis's liking there.
Yoshikawa sends it in. Martin was there using his head. He's done well, scored 3 goals from that beautiful head of his this season in the NPL. Knows how to use it. Finds its way out. It's Boffa. Matsumoto! Incredible opportunities. Campbelltown just pushing forward. Thomas Greco. And Croydon trying to get around Matsumoto. Physical stuff. Still manages to hold on. Risky ball back. Mullen finds Marino. It will be a free kick.
Just for the first one. It's an intelligent cutback from Mark Marino in the box there, set up Matsumoto, and it wasn't a bad strike on goal. But this is where coaching sometimes does your head in, Johnny, because you set up a certain way and then an early goal completely changes the thinking. So, as Alessio alluded to, it'll be interesting to see how long Travis persists with sort of a back three, really a back five when they haven't got possession, because you can see when they do win the ball deep in their half, it's difficult for them to get out.
It's Christopher Vivian on the ground. He's just made his return to senior football after being out after a long injury early in last season. Played his first 90 minutes against Metro Stars with 2 appearances off the bench prior to that. He had to work his way to fitness in the reserves.
There's Les Polycomi. He's the goalkeeper when Campbelltown were last in the cup final.
There you go. All the names are in the crowd. Not a bad crowd here tonight. A lot of juniors from Croydon FC. And we're possibly going to be seeing an early substitution for Croydon FC. It's incredible to see what's happening in this game so far. Opening 10 minutes, not the way it was planned for head coach Travis Dodd. It looks like Christopher Vivian will be calling it a night here tonight. Unfortunately, after the setbacks he's had so far in his career. And it's Matsumoto with the whip in. Marino's there, finds his way to Shogo Yoshikawa. Yoshikawa on his right, just goes out wide. Almost takes out a ball boy with it. There's Voigt.
Didn't look far away.
Very close. Dangerous stuff there for Travis Dodd's men. He's whipping in. Looked like Voigt had it covered. And there he is on the bench there. Christopher Vivian, not looking too happy with what's happened, and will be coming off for the rest of the game. Very unfortunate for him as well. Watching his progression, getting back into the squad, and seeing him building his way back up. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious for the youngster. Also for Croydon FC, another blow. Many injuries have set them back this season. And Croydon FC are still down to 10 men whilst they wait to make that substitution. Be interesting to see who they can bring up onto the pitch, if they will try and stick with the same game plan or maybe change things around, use it as a tactical change as well. It's Matsumoto though. Want to take advantage of this one-man advantage. Mullen trying to push in. Boffa finds Piscaneri. It's dealt with by Brazzali. Andre Carl. He's won the treble down in Canberra. Can he do it here as well? Bit of work to do. Adam Piscaneri. Boffa. Japanese striker Matsumoto. Japanese players making an impact here tonight. The assist. Also goal from Yoshikawa. Alex Mullen gets it in on his left, sends it over onto Matilda Drive almost. And substitutions will be made. And then Christopher Vivian will be calling it a night. And Sebastian Good making his way onto the pitch now for Croydon FC. Early substitution. 13 minutes in. Probably not what Travis Dodd had planned for in this game. We'll be moving potentially into a back four. Early substitution. And it is disappointing for Christopher Vivian after that long comeback. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. We'll try and get Alessio to find out if he can find out exactly what the issue is there. He's got the prime position. Daniel Mullen. Out from the back. Risky ball to Alexander Woodlands. Now it's Croydon. Looking up. Greco. Will be a free kick on Thomas Greco.
It does look as though Croydon taking this opportunity to go to a more traditional formation now with a back four, and it looks like they're setting up in a 4-3-3. Looks like Karachi is playing his 150th game. Very silky, big, talented player. He's going to be in there as that floating around as that number 10, that creative player. So we'll see how this plays out for Croydon.
Big game for him. 150 games. Something to celebrate. Hopefully for himself. He'd love to get on the score sheet as well. Mullen finds Yoshikawa out wide. He's got Klimek to get around. Gets it on his left. Opportunity from the head. Alex Mullen, the dangerous header, almost capitalised on Croydon's open defence.
That is a terrific save. Absolutely terrific save. Alex Mullen will be extremely disappointed with himself in saying that. That is his absolute bread and butter. It's a beautifully weighted ball in. But we talk about building reputations on big games, and the young lad there in goals, just Voigt, that's fantastic working. He's kept his team in it. Would have been a long way back from there, Johnny, 2-0 down with, what have we played? 15 odd minutes.
We've seen a lot of young players, young goalkeepers, in the league getting appearances this year. A lot of senior ones leaving. Header again. Talented Mullen. Shojo Yoshikawa now on the other side of the pitch. Gets dragged down and will be a free kick. As you see the replay of that foul there as well. Shogo Yoshikawa got the assist on Friday night against FK Belgrade. On the end of it, none other than Alex Mullen. His Voigt instructing his defenders what to do. His team straight into the head. Matsumoto. Halliday. Leave it out for a goal kick. And we'll cross down to Alessio Karachi to find out, mate, you got any details on Christopher Vivian's injury?
Yeah, it looks like a hamstring injury. He was trying to run it off there on the sidelines with the physio, but he's got it iced up now, and definitely a high hamstring strain, it seems. Hopefully not too long out. Everyone knows those hamstring injuries can be reoccurring, so hopefully gets it right the first time.
Disappointed to hear about the hamstring. Hopefully it's, as you said, Alessio, not too long a wait to recover and get back on the pitch. Yoshikawa on his right, goes out wide. Matsumoto now. Opportunity for Campbelltown City, one after another. Karacha, his 150th game. Want to celebrate it in style with his side. Bit of work to do though for Travis Dodd's men. Andre Cole now. Numbers forward. Plays it in. Opportunity. Halliday gets in the way of it. And then back in possession. It's Campbelltown City. Quickly dealt with the experienced team.
That was end-to-end stuff and a beautifully weighted pass from Andre Cole in behind there. It was a fantastic ball. But Yoshikawa, that's the third time now that he's cut in on his right foot and troubled the goals in Croydon. So they'll need to do something about that. He's a classy player, but it's the third time now. I think that'd be enough. Travis wouldn't want to see that happen again.
Definitely wouldn't. You can see the difference in the two teams. A little bit more experience, not a lot, a little bit more experience in Campbelltown City. Average age of 27.2. Croydon FC 25.4. 2 years younger on average between these two sides. And you can see that, but they've got some great youngsters as well, Croydon. It's just that injuries throughout the seasons, what's preventing them from having that consistency.
I'm still impressed that you know the average ages of the teams, mate. That's incredible research.
Oh, well, thank Thomas Greco, who's actually on the pitch right now, for helping me with that. Data analyst. Look into you. Need to do your research for big games like this. Klemic. Help his side get back into this. Bit of work to get done. He knows what it's like to play in the Australia Cup, having done so back in 2015 with Croydon FC. Fortunately, it was a loss. But an away trip is what I've heard those players want to do. A lot of them look forward to the away trip more than actual the football.
Yeah, it's an experience. Well, I wouldn't say they look forward to it more, but it's an experience, that's for sure. It's definitely an experience. So live the life of a professional for a day.
Forget about work for a day, which is fantastic as well. Hizamoto. Greco. To the experienced Luke Klemic. The Polish footballer, with Polish heritage. Playing for the Polish club, knows exactly what it's like. About the history, the cultural aspects, the foundations of the club, and what it means to get them side back into the Federation Cup final. Some silverware they would love to put at their brand new home, the new for Polonia Reserve, or Regency Park as it's officially known. Yoshikawa to all right. Matsumoto. Long ball finds Mark Marino. He's got to get around Brazzali first. Brick wall. Jared Brazzali leaves it out and will be a goal kick. Matthew Voigt hasn't had too bad of a first 22 minutes in the senior side. He's got an opportunity to show Travis Dodd what he can do in goals.
You can see Campbelltown there sitting deep as well, Johnny. They're comfortable sitting in a deeper block, getting players behind the ball. Croydon going to have to be patient if they don't get any success on transition. They're going to have to really be patient and move that ball quickly side to side and wait for gaps to open up, because Campbelltown are very, very disciplined. You can see even the Japanese boy Yoshikawa there right back on his defensive line.
And talking about having Voigt in goals as well is who he's replacing. Tremonton's made 4 saves on average per game in 90 minutes of football this season. And it's the second most amount of saves in the league compared to Woodlands, who's down at the bottom at 10th place, making 2.5 saves per game, which kind of says more about the defence as well.
Yeah, I think it can do. Yeah, I think it can say a bit about the defence. So if a keeper's making a lot of saves, then perhaps team's getting through a little bit too easily as well. So take nothing away from that. It's obviously some good effort. But, yeah, I'd be looking at my defensive structure probably with those stats.
Well, defensive duels as well. Croydon sit on top. 14.1, winning 14.1. Campbelltown's 11.2. But in the aerial aspect of it, Campbelltown sit way up higher than Croydon FC.
Yeah, in the games I've watched Campbelltown play this year, they are very happy to sit back in a sort of mid to low block at times. They're really comfortable doing that and comfortable without the ball for long periods. And they've obviously got players like Marino and Matsumoto and even the likes of Alex Mullen who can really do damage on transition. So they've got a couple of dimensions to their game.
Now Croydon trying to get an opportunity inside the box. Touches inside the box so far this season. 16 per game is what they usually average. Haven't got anywhere near on track to that so far in this game. It's getting close though. It's Luke Klemic with the long throw inside the box. Martinello controls it. Out to Klemic. Klemic. Woodlands gets his hands firmly on the ball. We'll settle it down now. Get his players back out.
Yeah, and I think they're going to have to try and break Campbelltown down a different way. I think there's a couple of times now we've seen Croydon put some fairly hopeful balls into the box, but Campbelltown deal with those pretty comfortably. You've got big boys at the back there. Woodlands is comfortable in the air as well. So if they don't do it quickly, I think they're going to have to do it patiently, but probably on the deck from what I can see.
Shogo Yoshikawa flying forward. Campbelltown City. Called offside, I believe. Throw in, sorry. Seemed in disbelief there, Shogo Yoshikawa. As we see the winds slowly picking up. Looks a bit chilly out there. We'll go down to our sideline reporter, Alessio Carocci, mate. How's the coolness treating you down there? Nice and warm?
Yeah, it's not too bad here on the legs, but the hands holding this microphone are getting quite chilly, so got to sit on them to keep them warm. I definitely think an interesting part of this game is how high Jake Halliday is playing for Campbelltown. Obviously in that previous game on Friday night, I was told by one of the bench players that Matriciani likes to play him as a bit of a high 10 if possible, and possibly in possession Campbelltown revert to a 3-back themselves. So be interesting to see on this big pitch how long that can last, seeing him that high on the pitch.
And what I take out of that one from you, Alessio, is that you got warm legs, cold hands so far this game. Only 30 minutes into it. Another 60 to go, possibly more, Alessio. So make sure you find a way to heat up your hands. Maybe rub your hands on your legs, maybe.
Matsumoto.
Some gloves on Matsumoto.
Alessio, for what it's worth, I thought that was a good observation, mate.
Hassan to take the throw in. Shots on goal so far this season. Mark Marino's had the most for Campbelltown City. Shots per 90 minutes. Andre Cole sitting behind him in 5th position in total in the NPL. Hasn't played as many games this season. Shogo Yoshikawa just having a roll on the pitch. The nice soft surface of ServiceFM Stadium. A venue that will host international teams during the FIFA Women's World Cup. Only 42 days and 20 hours away from kicking off. It's Thomas Visser. Sends it in. Halliday with the clearance. Not long enough though. Finds its way back to Visser. And then Marino. Hisamoto.
Shot a good burst of speed there, Thomas Visser. He's an exciting player to watch.
Made his way earlier in the season. Travis's side. Taking a while to get back in with injury. game still feels like there's more in it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this left-hand side here is going to be really important for Croydon. So I think Visser running at Boffa and dragging back Matsumoto at the same time. They're going to want to do that more and more.
Klemic finds Andre Carl. Just too good for Woodlands.
Yeah, no, promising stuff from Croydon. They're definitely back in this game. There's no question about that. And whenever they do break quickly, that's when they look most dangerous.
Karacha couldn't get there. It's Martinello. Tries to play it out. And we'll go out for a throw in. Croydon FC. Opportunity again. It looks like Luke Klimic with his iconic long story into the box. Might go for that way. Sends all his players in deep.
He's iconic himself at Croydon, isn't he?
He is. A statue will be surely built down at Regency Park. Greco bang into the head there, and it's gone out for another throw in. Campbelltown City this time. You can see the five-a-side pitches in the background here at Service FM. Five-a-side football is the place to be. Make sure you sign up and register for Football Fives on Football SA's website. Luke Klimic. Is that good? Just fumbles on top of the ball. Greco struggling, still manages somehow to be involved in possession and gives away yellow card. Looks like he hasn't come out better out of that one, Alex Mullen.
Yeah, looked like the studs were up, but he's finding himself in the game now, Thomas Greco. He's getting a lot of the ball. He's energetic. He's comfortable on the ball. I think he's going to be really, really important as this game progresses.
Second yellow now for Croydon FC. Yes. Greco getting his first.
Yeah, you can't have too many complaints about that one.
Greco scored a goal so far in his one appearance in the Cup. Played 70 minutes in that matchup. Boffa. Pishkaneri. Maricic sends it long. Yoshikawa finds his way on the end of it to Halliday. Yoshikawa's got numbers around him. Goes back to Pishkaneri. Daniel Mullen, former LA United defender, to Matsumoto. Matsumoto's got pressure from Visser. Visser does well to retrieve it back for Croydon FC. Karacha, 150 games playing tonight. And all he wants is one goal in this fixture to get his team level. He scored from the spot as well this season in the NPL. So if it does go down to penalties, he'll put his name up. Let's take a kick. So the one Hassan. Nice hairdo there from him as well. If I ever lose a bit of my hair at the front, I might go for the little ponytail like that maybe.
He's definitely got the party going at the back, the business at the front, hasn't he?
It's a great look. We need to do some hairstyles of the NPL. Some great ones around the grounds. So Lawan Hassan sends it inside the box. It's Karacha. Finds himself on the end of it. Klimic. He's got Yoshikawa. Plays it back. And free kick given. As Daniel Cook gives a yellow card now to Alex Mullen. Alex was on the other end of the yellow only moments ago. Now he's received his own.
That one might be a little bit harsh. two important players on yellows now, so it's a good opportunity. It's a really good area for Croydon. Can get a good delivery in here. Got tall timber up there. Brazzali's gone up.
There are numbers in the box for Croydon FC. It's Martinello on the end of it. His dad in the crowd, saw him prior to the game, very excited. Whips it in. Whip from long range, and it's gone out. Hopeful shot, if you call it a shot.
Definitely a shot.
And his Greco just on the ground. Looks a bit like he's got a bit of a niggling injury or something. Not injury, but something niggling there, as we see Medico's come on. Thomas Greco, great stat man. Does a lot of great work. It's good to see what players do outside of the game as well. Got architects that do some great designing. Got some baristas. Got many teachers.
Who makes the best coffee?
Well, I used to make the best coffee till I gave it up. But I'll give it to Charlie Devereux, who has a great coffee business as well, from Adelaide City. But that's the magic of the cup. Everyone has a day job outside of it. You can take on Adelaide United or Melbourne City. They probably don't make their own coffees. They've probably got an assistant. But these players have to make coffees for others. Maybe an hour before kickoff. They're only 90 minutes away from having that opportunity to do so. Visser spots Andre Carl. Woodlands comes out. Big game, 35 minutes into this fixture. Campbelltown, the favourites, sit comfortably at the moment, but Croydon haven't made it too easy for them. They've got nothing to lose. A team that almost put Metro Stars up against the post on the weekend. I was looking to try and do the same tonight's fixture. The only difference is a draw on the weekend gave them a point. A draw here tonight will send them into extra time, potentially penalties as well, so they could still get it back in this here to this evening. And as we were waiting, we'll cross down back to Alessio Carocci on the sideline. Alessio, what have you made of the first 36 minutes of this matchup so far?
Yeah, Johnny, I think it's been very intense, especially on the sidelines of both sides, especially with the coaches on this side. It's been quite frenetic. Both coaches obviously asking for a really high press to try and get some more possession of the ball. Obviously, Croydon seem to be the team with the least amount at the moment, but I think that's due to the press that Matriciani is asking of his players. And as you can see, they're getting those wide overloads as they usually like to do, as we see Boffa on this near side now. But I think it's definitely a frenetic start to the half. A lot of turnovers.
Karacha now pushing forward. Croydon FC numbers forward. Finds Luke Klemic. Just didn't get the touch on it. Sends it away. Sorry, Alessio, back down to you, mate. A lot of action on the field.
Yeah, definitely right in front of me here. Another turnover from Campbelltown it was this time. And Croydon seems to be getting a few counter-attacks. So they've got to worry about that one, the Red Devils side so far. I think it's another interesting battle on this side. Visser and Matsumoto. Visser usually a more attacking player, so I'm sure Dodd will be trying to get him in more attacking areas than having to sit back and defend.
It's Mullen. Finds Marino, who's offside though. Dangerous for Campbelltown City once again. We just keep cutting you off, Alessio. The excitement on the pitch, we might as well keep you talking, because every time you talk, action on the pitch happens.
Exactly, Johnny. Every time I'm at Beergrad, they get goals in the back of the net. Every time I get a chat here, the action happens. So I hope for more of that near the end of the half here. Croydon would love to get an equaliser, so they've got to make one of these counter-attacks work and get on the end of one. But other than that, I think it's fantastic spectacle down here. Crowds turned up now in front of the benches here, so Croydon would love to get back in this game and get this crowd alive.
We'll cross down to you a bit later on. I want to get the crowd involved a little bit with those young kids sitting right behind you. Young supporting tonight. Thanks for that, Alessio. Good insights on what's happening on the sidelines while we're up in the box watching all the action. Back pass from Mullen. Finds Matsumoto. I've got warm legs and warm hands, whilst Alessio has both cold hands and cold legs. It's cleared out. Oh, sorry, he had warm legs, I think. Stop talking about legs. Back to the football. A lot of action happening on the pitch. Shogo Yoshikawa does well to get around Karacha. He's got Mark Marino. Finds Mullen. Gets a free kick and will be a card as well. Martinello looks like was on the end of that one. To receive his yellow. And that's the third yellow now for Croydon FC, the fourth in this game so far. As you see the replay on the screen right now.
There's your fullback, Alessio. Getting nice and high in central area. You called it.
Free kick, Pishkaneri to take it. Straight into the wall. Boyd. Trying to find out exactly the position to take it. Long ball, finds the head of Andre Carl. Got aerial action here, ServiceFM Stadium. The aerial maestro, Alex Mullen. Halliday. Pishkaneri. Plays it out, boffing out to Matsumoto. Mark Marino, another player that knows national stage football. I want to try and get this club to that stage. Only 4 years. It was the last time we had the Australia Cup before COVID hit and cancelled the plans. And let LA United be the champions for 1 year extra. As an LA United fan, everyone enjoyed it. Hold the cup for an extra year.
Absolutely.
Corner kick, throw in, sorry, to be taken. Just having a chat with Hassan Lawan. Will be given a yellow. That's the fourth yellow now for Dodd's men. They'll be careful now. 42 minutes in. They've got 4 yellow cards. Just under half of their starting 11. Holding a card. Karacha. To Marino. To Marino. Back on his left. And Voigt. Across down to Alessio Karachi. Mate, you're in the action. What was the exact reason behind the cards?
Yeah, I heard the fourth official get a bit of a question here from Dodd about what that one was about, and it was a bit of a back chat there from Hassan to the referee that he wasn't too happy with. A few expletives given, so had to brandish the yellow card.
Well put there, Alessio. A few bad words being given. Obviously, luckily we don't have the players marked up. Halliday playing in the back now. Maricic. It's Daniel Mullen. Finds Matsumoto. Vissart to take the throw in. It's back out again for another throw in front of the Campbelltown City bench. Yoshikawa on his right. Back to Brazzali. Karacha. No options forward. Chooses Hassan back. Martinello finds Karacha. 150th game here this evening to Vissart. Vissart whips it in. Will be out, and it will be 3 minutes given for additional time in this first half. Enough for Croydon to get back in this and lead into the half, go into the half-time break. Level peggings, and that would be exactly what Croydon would want, Vass.
Yeah, absolutely. I love a goal here. Absolutely changed the complexion of the game, but as it stands, you definitely don't want to concede another.
Karacha gets in, and it will be Alexander Woodlands. Picks it up. The ball goes back to Boffa. Matsumoto, Mullen back on the end of it. Japanese striker. Got Visser furiously pushing on him and gets away the free kick. It's 1 minute into this additional time. Matsumoto there. Great assist earlier on in the game to give his team the lead. His side haven't been able to capitalise on that again. Get back and extend the lead. Still anyone's game. More competitive match here this evening in this first 45 minutes. It's Andre Carl. Tries to get around. Pishkaneri juggling. More of a juggling competition as it finds its way out to Matsumoto. And sent out by Brazzali. His dad, Mark Brazzali, the former coach of Croydon FC, has won in the cup in the past.
Yeah, no, it's almost end of the half, and I think Travis has got a really, really important halftime talk here for Croydon. It's going to be critical 15 minutes for him.
It's Matsumoto to Marino to Halliday. It's all right. More than all right, but it's gone out to Correco. Boffa. Maya Hisamoto. Daniel Marlin back on the ball again. This experienced defender. Got Andre Carl lurking. Woodlands.
There's just big gaps, aren't there? Big gaps, Johnny, when the difference between the two sides. I think there's just gaps when Croydon look to press. There's pretty significant gaps through that midfield, and when they get the ball forward again, there's gaps. And Campbelltown be the happier of the two sides going into the half. I think Matrish will just be mindful of careless errors at the back.
And it's half-time here at ServiceFM Stadium. Campbelltown City go into the break in the lead here this evening. And Croydon, unfortunately, are on the back foot. And we'll cross down now as well to the captain, Luke Clemick, who's with Alessio.
Hi, Luke. This is the half-time here. How do you think that first half has gone?
Yeah, pretty disappointing start to go down 1-0, but slowly build into the game, and I think it was a bit more even, in the last half an hour probably.
Do you think that change going back to a back four has helped your team get more attacking flair in the first half here with that end of that first half, getting a lot of counter attacks for your side?
Yeah, I think we looked more comfortable in that in the back four and the four across the middle. So hopefully it continues on in the second half.
And how have you found that battle with the Japanese player Shogo on that side? He's a very tricky winger and he's got in a few times there, but you've had your own as well, getting forward as well.
Yeah, he's a very good player. You can tell, he's skillful, he's strong. So it'll be a good battle in the second half.
All right, good luck going into the second half.
Great chat there with Luke Klemick, the captain. Obviously, will want to try and get his team back in this. And they have, as he said, it's been a pretty even game so far.
Yeah, it has. I think Matrish will be the happy of the two coaches. There's been a couple of careless errors at the back, which have allowed Croydon a couple of transition moments. But I think Croydon really do need to come out a bit more aggressively.
Absolutely. Well, there's that first goal. Shogo Yoshikawa, incredible early goal for them. Finds his way to his feet. And just look at that, right on the edge of the box. It's incredible stuff there for Campbelltown City. And the opportunities just kept on coming through and through for Campbelltown City. And there's Christopher Vivian, unfortunately, came off injured with the hamstring. Very unfortunate for Croydon to make that early substitution. Having to make the forced substitution, or not substitution, but changes from Saturday's game on the weekend with Panagaris and Tremonton heading into this match, unavailable due to injury. Now Christopher Vivian, an extra one that's not necessarily needed. A second opportunity there from Shogo Yoshikawa. Incredible opportunities. Expecting much of the same in the second half, Vass?
Yeah, I think Campbelltown don't have to come out and be super aggressive. I think Croydon do, though. I think Croydon needs to press a bit higher with probably more of a collective press. And I think when they get the ball, they need to be releasing one of the sixers and getting Karacha and one of the other midfielders sort of asking more questions of Campbelltown's back four as well. Because at the moment they just do look a little bit less incisive, I suppose, than what Campbelltown do when they go forward.
Absolutely. Well, these are the highlights so far in the opening 45. But let's take a look at what the stats say about the game. And it's 10 shots on target for Campbelltown City, only 2 for Croydon. It shows on what we've seen in the first 45, and the amount of fouls as well, pretty well even. 6 for Croydon, and the 4 yellow cards as well, which is not probably great for him in the final 45, or especially if it goes to extra time as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that's exactly right. The stats do tell that story. Campbelltown have been good in wide areas, and they've also looked good centrally. They've dragged out centre backs. They've found little spaces in behind. They've had willing runners, breaking lines, and I think that's why they've created more chances. So Croydon will look to actually replicate what Campbelltown have done, I think, in an attacking sense this half.
Well, we got a good show to go for the rest of the game here this evening. 45 minutes. Shogo Yoshikawa scored that first goal, but 45 minutes left to tell the story, possibly more. There's all to come in the next 45. Don't go anywhere right here on Football South Australia's Facebook or YouTube, and also the Australia Cup Facebook pages. We'll be back shortly with the second half right here from ServiceFM Stadium in South Australia.
every jump, every petrol pump, member deal and welcome meal. Every gutsy save, friendly wave, every ray of light and movie night, every helping hand and every taking a stand. Every day, everything we do helps our members to save, enjoy and simply keep on moving on.
Electricity bills are stinging more than ever. So why not go Sunny? Go Sunny Solar will get you set to get the most out of solar. With no outlay and their anytime payment plan, you can put what you're saving in electricity bills towards paying for your solar instead. Let Go Sunny Solar sort your rebates and planning and let your new solar panels get busy as bees, saving you money. Take the sting out of bills and get in for summer. Visit gosunny.com.au.
Sure, this beer looks pretty good, but actually, it's what you can't see that makes this beer at Cooper's. Because every drop contains 160 years of passion, determination to keep a family recipe unchanged, and proud, fierce independence. And it's this stuff that will always make it forever original.
When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
How do you create light? It takes patience. It takes knowledge. It takes a deep understanding of how light behaves. How do you illuminate the sporting feats of champions? Feats that inspire us all. Feats that move nations. It takes people, scientists, engineers, and marketers. It takes materials that can withstand all elements. It takes machinery, cutting-edge machinery. It takes a sustainable approach using recyclable, reclaimable materials and offsetting emissions. It takes pressure. Pressure to expose and eliminate weakness so that all that's left is strength. But more than anything, it takes belief. Belief in your product, belief in your team, belief in yourself and your ability to outpace and outlive the competition. It's that belief that creates light.
Just 800 metres up Bridge Road, the Bridgeway Hotel is the family-friendly location to visit after the match, with an extensive menu featuring dry-aged steaks, a dedicated wood-fired pizza oven, and your favourite pub classics. Plus a massive beer garden with the biggest HD screen in any pub anywhere in the Southern Hemisphere. Proudly boasting one of Adelaide's premier live music venues with the greatest lineups. The Bridgeway Hotel is the premium destination for food, fun and entertainment.
.45 minutes to go in this matchup, possibly more if Croydon FC can get back in this. A little bit to ask from Travis Dodd's men, but a break and a talking to from Travis Dodd could be all that's needed in this second 45 minutes here this evening. Matsumoto, Ishkaneri. Campbelltown City want to get back and get an early goal to try and extend their lead. Well, Travis Dodd obviously will want to try and level things out as soon as possible to get back in this game. It's Karacha, 150th game here this evening. So good, it's gone out again, Marino. Rizali does well. His dad, mentioned him earlier. I did bump into him in the bathroom at halftime. He obviously wants his son to try and work hard from the back to try and get his team back into this one. Be a strong defender. It's Maya Hisamoto on his left. Whips it inside the area.
Much better start from Croydon, Johnny. They've come out with a lot of energy, which is exactly what they need.
Ready to go in the second half. Mullen. Long ball. Finds its way over to Marino. Settles it down on his left. Goes to the shot across the face of goal. Will be a throw in though. Campbelltown for Croydon, sorry. Don't think it came off anyone. No deflection there. See the replay. So what's the way he just whips it across, Vass?
Yeah, he won't hesitate to shoot from anywhere, Mark. That's why he's so dangerous.
It's long throw. Boffer. Maricic. Shogo Yoshikawa. The showman in the opening half. Yoshikawa struggling to find options. Bit of pressure put on from Croydon. Seb Good. Halliday. It's Patrick Karacha. It's pushed off the ball. Back on his feet though. Try to get Yoshikawa. Mullen. Matsumoto. Inside the area. Quickly worked out by Greco. Maya Hisamoto for Croydon FC. Forced to play back though. Seb Good. Hassan. And then Brazali to make the third. Out the back. Vice captain Martinello. Scored a penalty this season. Scored from a penalty this season. So he would be confident if he had to go to pens to decide the winner. Boffer. On his way to Italy. Or Europe soon on a trip. Where we have viewers this evening tuning in. Anthony Lanzoni, #1 ticket holder for Campbelltown City, be spewing to miss tonight's action. Luckily to YouTube and Facebook, you can tune into our broadcast here this evening. All thanks to Football South Australia, bringing you this beautiful coverage. Maya Hisamoto, couldn't keep it in.
Good work from Hisamoto. We haven't seen enough of that so far in this game, but he's willing to, looks like this half, willing to take Boffer on and get down that line, try and put some crosses in, and that's exactly what the Croydon need.
Martinello will take that corner kick. Adam Martinello. Lots whipping him in from the corner. Sends it in. Lawan Hassan. Karacha does well, plays it out. It's Luke Klimek to keep it in. Unfortunately, slips away from him. Will be a throw in. 5 minutes into this second half. Still early days though for Croydon FC. And free kick. Once again, what have you made so far from the opening 5 minutes, Vass, from both sides?
Yeah, I think Croydon are very much in this game, no question about that. And with a little bit more aggressive intent, they'll create chances. And they just have to keep persisting with that, move the ball quickly, look to press quickly. But for me, they're absolutely in this game.
Greco. Thomas Greco. On his left, his far post. Will be a corner kick again. Marked out by Daniel Cook. referee in this evening. Done quite well so far in this matchup. Obviously the experience of officiating A-League. 4th official in a few games. Cooper Stadium, getting his mark as the main referee in the Perth Glory fixture, Macedonia Park.
There's the variation.
Sent long and it's gone.
Yeah, and I
out
like
for
that. I like that, Johnny, from Croydon. You know, Campbelltown are good in the air. They've got players who are very, very good in the air, both the Mullins and Jordan Marisic. The variation, even though it wasn't executed perfectly, looked far more dangerous than just lumping the ball in there. So I think that's something that Croydon will need to be clever with when they get free kicks, when they get corners in this half. Make the most of them. Be clever with them.
Great having ball kids here this evening for this matchup. Be good to have ball kids in NPL matches all the time as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they'd be too happy though tonight. It's a bit cold out there.
It is. I was a little bit of I was sideline reporter, but also ball kid as well at FK Belgrade the other night.
How'd you go?
Throwing the ball. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. The hand-eye reflexes.
Both teams happy with you?
Yeah, they were all right. I think they were. I hope they were.
You'd know.
I didn't favour anything.
You'd know if they weren't.
I think I'm more worried about what was happening on the pitch. Mullen. And it's Boffa. Will be offside. Would pick up from the referees. Sorry, a little bit of a mistake earlier. Jared Brazali's dad was, it's his uncle, sorry, is Mark Brazali. Made a bit of a mistake. Got picked up by Rocky Visconti, who's tuning in, obviously, to the broadcast. It's good to have former A-League player tuning in as well.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, thank you for picking up on that one. I knew what I was saying, but I said the wrong thing. I knew what I was thinking, sorry. Just happens with the best strikers as well when they know exactly where they want to put it and put it into the stands instead. I've got that striker mentality, I think.
Are you comparing yourself with Erling Haaland?
Yeah, a little bit. Johnny Kecko,
Johnny
Erling Haaland, why not?
Been impressed with Yoshikawa again for Campbelltown. I've seen him play a couple of times this year, and every time I watch him, he's a very classy player. And it's really, I think, been a standout today for me. And I wonder how long it will be before Travis Dodd looks to maybe release a Thomas Visser from a left back here. We know he's an attacking player. Get a bit higher up the park, and because where are we now? We're 10 minutes in.
Marisic sends it along. Halfway up the hill. Stuck on the hill as well. Big right run up for the ball kid. Visser. It's turned over now, Matsumoto. Campbelltown City. Playing out from the back. Croydon try and get back in this at some point. We'll have a game on our hands as well if they do so. It's what we love here in South Australia in the football. We've been lucky to see so many teams play on the national stage from South Australia, only having that one spot in the Australia Cup. Only two recently where we got the second spot automatically from NPL. We had to rely on clubs doing well in the national championships, with Metro Stars being the first of those, and the second Campbelltown City, and their only appearance was through that championship winning year in the NPL. And they took on all the other champions across the country. Matsumoto It's Mark Marino again. Shot out wide from All Right. That's gone out. Here he is, All Right. Said Friday night in the post-game interviews how his side will be having no drinks, no partying up until today's game. Wonder how that played out. It's Luke Klimick. Halliday. Let's play it back. Matsumoto. It's turned over now. Seb Good whips it in. Karacha's there. And what a way to celebrate a milestone game as well if he could get on the end of that one. It was a great cross in from Good.
Just needed a little bit less on it, and that would have been interesting. Did well to get the cross in.
Paddy Karacha on the end of it. Just what Travis Dodd would have ordered. Brazali. Visser. Good. Got numbers around him. Too good for him though. Shogo Yoshikawa whipped to the floor. But it's play on though. Karacha. Nothing in that. Greco. It's just back and forth now between either side. This game, 30 minutes left in normal time. Halliday does well flying through. On the left, it's Jake Halliday. Mullen gives him the option.
He's been very good as well today, Jake Halliday. Been playing inside a lot, helping with the link-up plays. Defensively been very solid as well.
Matsumoto to whip it in. Thomas Greco. Croydon just struggling to get that forward momentum. Campbelltown very strong at the moment. Halliday. Shogo Yoshikawa scored that earlier brilliant goal to get his side up. He's got the capability to score from distance. It's Thomas Greco, stat man, creating his own stats as well in this game tonight. He'd like to add one extra of scoring a goal in this cup fixture. Making it 2 from 2 appearances. Been 10 minutes away from equaling the amount of minutes in his last appearance in the cup. We are throwing once again. Halfway mark. Just as we've reached the 60th minute mark in this match. 60 minutes gone, 30 to go with 3/4, 2/3 of the way. My maths teacher won't be happy with that. 2/3 of the way into this matchup. Could be quarter. I could be right once we get to extra time potentially.
You're asking the wrong person, mate. Stop maths in year 9.
I was top of math apps back in year 12. Oh, it was math application, so it was just algebra. No idea what x minus 2 is or anything like that. But 2 plus 3 is 5. Well, 4 plus 2 is 6. Plus another 2 is Alex Mullen. Number 8. It's just Cook. Bit of a collision there with Greco. As I ramble on some numbers. I don't know what I was talking about just then. Just rambling on.
The viewers are getting a bit of everything.
Yeah, they are. Wherever they're watching from, Italy or
a bit of everything.
Yugoslavia. I know it doesn't exist anymore, but that's why anywhere they could be watching from. Well, let's cross down to Alessio. We haven't heard from him in a while. What's going on down there, mate? A little bit of communication with the referees?
Yeah, Travis Dodd and Robbie Saraceno talking with the fourth official here, trying to say there was a intentional elbow there from Alex Mullen in that previous stoppage, but the referee seemed none of it and seemed to be playing on. But I just wanted to allude to that previous comment by Vass about how long it's going to take them to try and release Visser as a more attacking outlet. I was talking to some of the players at halftime, and they were saying that if they want to do that, usually they'll bring Klimek to that left fullback, bring on Stephanopoulos as a right fullback, and they'll have Visser play more attacking. So we'll see how long it takes for them to make that decision, or it looks like they've got Dion Kirk getting ready to come on here now, so might be a whole different approach.
There will be another yellow card issued here again. 6 of the game, second for Campbelltown City. It's time to Shogo Yoshikawa. Take a look at that replay once again.
Yeah, just holding the shirt there, not too much in it, but it's a yellow card these days.
Sorry, Alessio, we cut you off there a bit too soon.
That's all right. Looks like both teams are getting ready with 2 substitutions here, with Dion Kirk for Croydon and Lewis Larry Latanzio for Campbelltown. So we'll see what this changes in the game. Both of them attacking players, goal scorers, especially Latanzio. See which wing he comes on for. Shogo's had quite a good game, but that yellow card might come to his detriment now to finish off this half.
Laurie Latanzio has been excellent for Campbelltown this year. He's been one of their best players, and what a fantastic player to be able to bring on this part of the game.
Luke Klimek. See Latanzio.
And equally, Dion Kirk is clever. He'll be able to make something happen. He's creative. He'll work hard, so it'll be interesting to see how these 2 substitutions change the game.
Latanzio yet to score a goal in the Australia Cup qualifiers from 3 appearances, 258 minutes in total so far. We'll try and add to that. We'll be able to crack the 300 mark. Matsumoto. Maricic. Pushing forward for Campbelltown City. Finds his way back to Allright. Campbelltown only 26 minutes away from making the second appearance in the Australia Cup. In a long time since they've made the Federation Cup final. Michael Matriciani's men still got a little bit of work to do here to hold on to it. Andre Carl gets inside the area. Maya Hisamoto whips it into the, well, not the stands, but into the hills.
It was a good opportunity. Sat up quite well for him. Just snatched at it.
And it's Bishkineri to make way for Latanzio. Big change. And we will also see Martinello making his way for Dion Kirk, who's played Australia Cup, ironically, his current coach, who played in that matchup. Travis Dodd played back in that game early 2016, the year after Croydon last had their appearance.
Looks like Kirk's just going to drop into that number 6 role, to play as the deeper midfielder, allow Karacha and Greco to push on a little bit.
Kirk knows too well what it's like to play in that cup, and will want to try and get his team back into contention to play on the national level. Round of 32. We all know what it's like as a fan to watch from a distance. This venue hosted Australia Cup round of 16. Adelaide City taking on Adelaide United. Game that will take a while to forget. Just shows what the magic of the cup is. Dwight York also coaching at this venue.
Looks like Shogo's dropped into the midfield for Campbelltown as well.
Halliday to Lazanzio. Brazzali, the nephew of Mark Brazzali, the former coach of Croydon FC.
Well done, Johnny.
Got it right that time.
Did.
Sometimes it's got to be pulled up for some things, isn't it?
Well, as long as you can take the feedback on board.
That's it. We all make mistakes. I know I do. Mark Marino. There's Mullen once again trying to get in the area. Halliday. Shot there. Didn't come off well. But back of a couple of feet in the way as well. I'm not sure if that got picked up, but you can hear people in the stands just saying kick it. They wanted to hurry up and get. I'm not sure if that came from the bench or not.
No, I think that one came from the crowd. I'm not sure that's necessarily the best strategy.
Well, they're all kicking it. Someone who's kicking it as well. Kicking it on the sidelines. Alessio Carocci, what's going on down there?
Yeah, it looks like they might be trying to make that attacking move now with Stephanopoulos and Nyonkuru getting readied by the Croydon bench. Possibly a double sub, as we're talking about. If you want to release Vista, you might need to put Klimek in that fullback role and get Stephanopoulos on as well. But Nyonkuru as well in his own right. A lot of plaudits from the sidelines here from a lot of the fans. Very good midfielder. Played in the African Cup for Burundi as well. Very solid midfielder who can play the ball forward and try and get them on the attack, and that's definitely what they need in this second half if they want to get back into it.
Thanks for that, Alessio. Very knowledgeable man. 20-year-old, plays for Mount Barker United. Don't know how he does it. It's nice and cold up there. Absolutely freezing up in Mount Barker. There's snow on the pitch as well, Alessio, you were saying?
Yeah, we got a picture in the group chat today of one of the people there in the juniors training, and it was frosted over, a bit of hail and some ice on the pitch. So luckily we don't train Wednesdays, sorry.
Wow, snow up in Mount Barker. That's exciting.
I'm not sure what you're complaining about, Alessio. It's a beautiful part of the world, mate. Absolutely.
Actually, I got a photo of a cow next to a soccer ball because someone kicked it into the paddock. So that needs to go back circulating on social media. Just the views of local football. As we see, great opportunity. And that would have been a great one from Seb Good.
It's the first time they've had success getting the ball into the box and getting a clean header or strike on the ball. So they're starting to come now, Croydon. See, they're playing that higher line, and this will be a really interesting next 20 minutes.
Oh, wow. So I just got sent the photo of the snow on the pitch up in Mount Barker. Looks like hail, but I reckon it is. It could be snow. They do get snow up there. Yoshikawa. Shogo Yoshikawa. In the centre. Seb Good. Pushing forward now for Croydon FC. He's got Maya Hisamoto. Just out wide. Whips it on his right.
Just that final execution for Croydon. It's just been maybe a little bit off today.
Laurie Latanzio. Try to find Matsumoto. We'll make our way into final 20 minutes. Maya Hisamoto. Dion Kirk. Klimek on the end of it. It's going to go out for a throw in.
Really well flighted pass. This is what Dion Kirk will bring you. He'll look to play balls in behind, look to play forward passes. I think the two subs have already changed the dynamic here. Even Laurie Latanzio, you can see the energy that Campbelltown have when they get in that final third. So this is good, changing the complexion of the game for sure, both teams.
Shogo Yoshikawa. Alex Mullen to Halliday. Not long to go. And he's hang on to this lead. Laurie Latanzio tried to get it whipped in. Maya Hisamoto finds Visser striding forward. Just that touch again. Gives it away, Bass.
Yeah, they don't want to be doing that. They have been a little bit careless at times, Croydon, giving possession away. And Campbelltown will keep the ball for long periods of time. So this is not what you want to do. You want to keep it as long as possible.
Boffa finds Mullen in the middle. Does receive the free kick. Just in disbelief there, Greco. Just goes to the ground there, Alex Mullen. Let's have a look of that snow in the corner. Up in Mount Barker. Mount Freezing, more like it. This is absolutely white. It's a white Christmas in July up there, or Christmas in June, sorry. And, well, that's only one reason for me to stay away from the hills. Run from the hills is what I say. But it is a great place in South Australia, as we do see substitutions being made. Hisamoto coming off with Neon Kuru making his way on. And also Greco making his way as well for Christos Stephanopoulos. Big changes there for Croydon FC. Maya Hisamoto and Greco calling it a night. Played an extra 3 minutes than his last fixtures. In Thomas Greco. They now played a total of 143 minutes.
Looks like there's a fair old wind down there. We're sort of sheltered from it in the luxury of the box here, but look at the corner flag.
I'm feeling a little bit cool though. As you see the wind there. Corner flag taking the most of it. Great flag there from you, Vass, on the wind. Something to watch out for, some of those players. Can't quite see what direction it's going in. Looks like it's going in favour of Croydon.
Yeah, absolutely.
So far we've had 4 substitutions for Croydon FC. Only the 1 for Campbelltown. Make our way into the final 15 minutes of normal time. Karacha finds Andre Carl out wide. 2 number 23s, Halliday trying to stop it. Does well to get in the way. It's Karacha. Will be a goal kick. And it will be time for another substitution as well as we look our way to the bench again. Marino calling it a night. And Trimboli will be making his way on as well. In the 75th minute. Some great opportunities from Mark Marino in his opening 75 tonight. Fass?
Yeah, I've seen him have better games, but he's always a threat. But Trimboli's not a bad replacement, is he? He's ex-Croydon boy as well. He'll be pretty pumped up trying to score, put this game to bed for Campbelltown.
We played last season down at Croydon. We're now playing out of West Torrens Bacala's home ground. We've got to officially play at the brand new venue at Regency Park. Tonight, playing against them at the brand new venue of ServiceFM Stadium. Fantastic venue for football, which in 42 days will be hosting some teams here for training ahead of the Women's World Cup, FIFA 2023 Women's World Cup, and also hosting the Cup as well here on the 3rd of July, which I've taken the day off already so I can come and take a photo with it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Half your luck.
Yeah. Get down. Bring your kids. 9 till 1. Take the day off of school. Why not? It's worth it. When are you going to see a World Cup trophy in your home ground? Hopefully soon, but while it's here, make the most of it. Don't know if you can tell, Bass. I'm excited.
I can tell you haven't stopped moving.
Lucky we've got a lot of room up here in the box. Laurie Latunzio. Halliday tries to get around Karacha. It's inside opportunities once again lurking.
Excellent ball in.
Campbelltown City.
Excellent ball in.
Always got numbers in that box. It was Laurie Latunzio. Experienced playing for Melbourne Victory. Experienced player back into the local league. It's good to have someone of his calibre playing in this league. Mullen striding forward. A lot of former A-League players in this lineup tonight. Majority for Campbelltown City. A lot of former Adelaide United youth players as well. Also a current Adelaide United youth coach alongside me, Bass.
Great to be here.
It's Klimek. And Andre Cole there. Thought he was offside maybe. Just disappointing for Croydon FC as we make our way. Final 12 minutes here. Just feels like Croydon just can't get that opportunity, can they?
Yeah, just lacking something in that final third, aren't they? It is hard to see where the goal is coming from, short of a catastrophic kind of error from someone at the back at Campbelltown. It's just, game is starting to run away from them.
Luke Klimek does well. Nyonkuru. Substitute. Matsumoto. Yoshikawa tries to feed it through. Centrumboli. It's Voigt. He's played his first cup game tonight for Croydon FC. All the way back to Woodlands. Andrew Cole just didn't force the collection of that. Hurry things up. Realize time wasting. Every time, every second, valuable to Croydon FC to try and get back in this game. Eight years is a long time between cups. It's been a couple of years for Campbelltown, 4 years. Simple maths, a couple of couples.
That was a pretty incredible year in the club's history, wasn't it? 2019. Won just about everything.
Big year for him. Just no Federation Cup, unfortunately. Alessio in my ear just telling me that. We'll cross down to him shortly. It's good having our boundary rider full of knowledge on the sidelines. Laurie Latunzio finds Halliday. He's in the area, does well to keep it in. It's Brazali to clear. Andre Cole.
It's been absolutely tireless again, hasn't he, Halliday? Up and down, up and down. He's just willing to run, willing to get in behind, willing to get crosses in.
Laurie Latunzio. Just that one opportunity is all Croydon needs to get back in this game. Brazali with the head. Nyonkuru tries to get on the end of it. But Joel Allwright says no. Final 9 minutes. Normal time. Extra time's lurking. If Croydon can just do that one thing, and that's score a goal to get the equaliser.
This is where Alex Mullen's experience in the middle there, Joel Allwright's experience, is really invaluable. You can see Alex now is just sitting in and playing as a double pivot with Allwright. Latanzia sort of lurking back here. He's not too intent on pressing forward, so they'll try and manage this game now, Campbelltown. They've got the experience to do that.
This ball sent long. Stephanopoulos on the end of it. Christos Stephanopoulos will win the corner kick as well. We'll cross down there, Alessio Carocci quickly. Mate, how's it all going down there with the two sides?
Yeah, definitely on this Campbelltown bench, Matriciani's keeping that press high and trying to force them into their defensive areas. But Croydon, they are creeping in back into this game, and their coaches are trying to remonstrate with the referee for a few fouls there near the box, a few holding of the shirts. But wait for his corner.
It's whipped in the area. Opportunities again. Karacha on his left. It's gone out wide. It will be a goal kick. Alessio, back to you, mate.
Yeah, the attacking threats of Croydon are now very imminent, with Kurt coming on, a very known goal scorer. Stephanopoulos, he is sitting in that left wing role. And you obviously got Visser as well. So many attacking talents here for Croydon Kings. They've really got to get a solid chance here, and I'm sure they'll put it away. Campbelltown are holding on. A lot of their defensive abilities showing as well. Shogo in that middle now in the 10 position. You can see how deep he's getting back, help out that midfield and clog it up. So be interesting last 10 minutes of this game now.
Thanks for that, Alessio Carocci on the sidelines. Hassan. Visser. Thomas Visser. Nyonkuru tries to whip it in. Will be a throw in once again for Croydon. Ball boys doing a very good job here this evening. Give themselves a pat on the back. The amount of effort that goes into it. It's not easy sitting there in the cold, waiting for your moment. Hopefully, if they're Campbelltown City fans or Croydon FC, their team wins, they'll get a moment that Football South Australia's Matt Mays got with Arsenal when he was a ball boy many years ago. Get to celebrate with their team. It's Nyonkuru on the edge of the area. It's Karacha. Referee sees nothing in it. It's Karacha fighting hard to keep it. Does win the throw. Wastes no time into the area and wins a corner kick as well. Andre Carl, eager to try and get into the back of the net. He scored in the RA NPOSA, yet to score in his first appearance in the Cup for Croydon. Hadn't made an appearance up until this point for his side. Kirk whips it in. Brazali finds Karacha. Mullen has come off second best there as he's still on the floor, clutching to his ankle, it looks. Watch the replay of that one. Oh, looked like a bit of a collision on Mullen, nothing too serious though.
I think he might be built from steel.
It's solid, isn't he?
He just keeps on going, keeps on getting up, puts his body on the line week after week.
He's a very good player. Had a good stint playing for Sydney FC. went overseas. He's a great chat. And I'm sure there'll be many great chats with him and Allright, his brother Matt Mullen and Daniel Mullen in the Man Picnic. And Sinaski as well, former player. Don't know how you get an invite to those type of things. We've got to try and work it out. Even Matt May's got an invite. Trimboli, opportunities for Campbelltown. It's quickly dealt with by Voigt. Visser. Opportunity again. It's just a bit too much on it. It will be a goal kick. But it won't go without a bit of a rough and tumble. Getting heated now. Last 3 minutes. Stephanopoulos and Boffa.
Mullen's gone
just
down
one
again
thing
in the middle of the park there.
Could make their way to the bench again. They could. Campbelltown City, they got the opportunity to. Centofanti and also Santana Bartkowski on the bench. Santana Bartkowski did feature in that Football Fives match that we had last year against Adelaide City and Campbelltown City. And was an exciting game to watch. Maybe we could start our own team, Bass. Maybe you can go play Football Fives.
No chance, mate.
Oh,
no chance.
Well, if anyone does want to join, just message me. Like people that have messaged me about the mistakes I've made tonight, message me about playing Football Fives with me, and we'll sign up on footballsa.com.au as well.
My hamstring is roughly where those people are sitting on the hill, mate. Part of it, so no chance in stitching that together and playing again.
There we go. It will be Mullen making his way off. As we did mention, he did look like he was a little bit sore. And Connor Centofanti will be making his way on. It was a match where we saw so many different players with the same name in one fixture. We had two Centofantis, two Mullins. I think it was two McCabe's all in the one matchup. And then last week in the Australia Cup, we had the two with the exact same name. Lucas Harpus's, two of them. Nicholas Harpus's, sorry. There was three of them, but one was spelled differently. There you go. It's only one Johnny Keko, one Vaspar Hasso, and one Alessio Carocci. As we see Luis Latanzio. Great defending.
Good tackle. Well timed.
Up to you, mate, you want to go with. Go with Alex Mullen. Yeah, actually, he's on the bench, go for him. And then, yeah, get a couple. Do it young, mate. And I'll whisper in your ear what I want to do or not do. Short play, Latanzio. And then we go 6 minutes of time added on. There's a lot of time for Croydon still to get back in this. And if they do, I'm sure that bench would be excited. We had the extra spark to this game. It's kind of been missing the last half an hour or so. It's kind of died down a little bit as teams are trying to find their way. Free kick. Fist up. Had a good game so far, Thomas Visser.
No, he's been good. He's been good. He's been good. I think all of the players out there have really worked hard, put in a good shift, every single one of them.
This calls for Trimmers to be on the edge of the box for Campbelltown City. Stephanopoulos tries to whip it in. Nyonkuru. And now's opportunity. Strimboli to score against his former side. Just the wrong footing. It's gone straight into the hands of White.
Thought he had the legs. I thought he was going to just keep charging away, but just miscontrolled it.
Quickly sent long. Luke Klimek couldn't control it. It's Karacha back on it for Croydon FC. Moments left. 4 minutes, to get back in this. Can Croydon pull something out of it? Travis Dodd experienced the cup 7 years ago with Metro Stars. He's only 4 minutes from pulling something back to try and get an opportunity to relive that dream with his new side, Croydon FC. As Trimboli whips it over. Trimboli's just trying to crush that dream of his former side.
Yeah, that could. Oh, does that prove costly? There's 3 minutes to go.
It's end-to-end stuff here. Dion Kirk. These players have had a taste of the Australia Cup. They want the rest of their team to get a taste as well. Only 3 minutes away for Campbelltown City. The taste of the cup, oh so juicy. Round 32, Shogo Yoshikawa. Goes down. The crowd's revving up. You can hear them in the background, Bass. They're starting to wake up a little bit with 3 minutes to go. Either side just want to try and get this game ended with.
Yeah, this is where you can taste it. You can taste the victory, and you can also get a bit of a feeling for the for what's on the line if you lose. So
let's cross down to Alessio Carocci. You got a bit of insight from your ground level?
Yeah, it looked like there was a bit of a scuffle there with Matsumoto and Boffa, who wanted to take the free kick. Not sure what happened there, but if one of them had a different idea to play short or to whip it in, both of them seem to be quite far away from each other and not talking now, so we'll see how that one results.
Boffa, Matsumoto, it looks like All Right ended up getting the free kick there. Not those two. Had a fight for no reason, if they did. Karacha, poor touch, loses control. It's All Right now. Campbelltown City, final moments. They need to try and contain this lead. Croydon is struggling up front, but all they need is that one opportunity. Dion Kirk shattered the dreams of his current coach, Travis Dodd's side, back in 2015. Bentley Greens beating him on penalties. His side back then, so he knows what it takes to try and get to that point. It's Andre Carl with a head to it. Brazali. 1 minute of the normal time left. It's Andre Carl. Can he try and whip it in? It will be a goal kick though. Carl's not sure what was going on there. He was calling for the free kick. So we do watch the replay.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in that.
Referee Daniel Cook making a good call there, like he has been most of the game.
I think he's had a good night.
There's the bench. Croydon, Campbelltown FC, 30 seconds away from the Australia Cup round of 32 and 30 seconds away from a Federation Cup final against NPL foes Campbelltown, Metro Stars. The northeastern of Adelaide will be up in arms tonight and celebrating to the mid-dawn. It'll be battle of the northeast back in the Federation Cup final, but in final moments left for Croydon to shatter that for a moment. Opportunity straight in. He's still alive. It's going to be sent out though. Calls for a penalty.
Gee, to the naked eye, that looked like a pen. They are up in arms here, the Croydon players. That looked like a pen to the naked eye.
We got the opportunity to watch the replay. Let's have a quick look at that. Unfortunately, the referees don't, but we do.
It looked like, who was that, Boffer? Maybe he just collected the Croydon player. But
it would be good if we had VAR to get a real insight on that.
That is it.
And that is it here. Campbelltown City, a 14-year wait is over. Campbelltown make their way to the Federation Cup final for the first time in since 2009. And they are on their way to the round of 32 in the Australia Cup. Michael Matriciani's men have got the job done, and what a way to finish it off for them. Unfortunately, Croydon FC have to wait a little while longer before their chance to represent on the national stage.
Congratulations to Campbelltown City, commiserations to Croydon. I thought ultimately Campbelltown were the better team and deserved that win.
And we'll cross down now with the winner from winning captain from Campbelltown City, Alex Mullen.
Hi, we're here down with the captain of Campbelltown, Alex Mullen. How was it feeling after that one?
Yeah, I'm really good. I think Croydon really pushed us towards the end. So to win and hold on, especially in the last 20 minutes, it feels good. All that matters for us is we've qualified. So we're stoked. We're stoked, and we feel like we deserve it.
And how big is it to make a cup final as well? This club has not been to many cup finals in the past few years, and obviously a trophy they haven't picked up in quite a few years. How does that feel?
Yeah, fantastic. Look, we always want to be competing for silverware. We are a club that we want to be the best, and we're looking forward to giving Metro Stars a real run for their money. We think we're just getting better and better from week to week, and it's a proud moment for us. We're in the grand final, and we're just going to keep pushing, and hopefully we can take it home back to Newton.
And how did you feel? A little bit of a pull-up or maybe a cramp at the end there? Was nothing too serious?
Nothing serious at all. I just felt that towards the end I was just getting tired and couldn't recover. I just felt like I was letting the team down a bit. So I knew we still had one more sub to make, and I knew they could run a lot harder than I could at that stage. So I just felt like I needed to call it. So yeah.
Selfless behaviour there from the captain, and we'll let him go celebrate with his team now. Fantastic win for the club. Well done.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
There we go. Alex Mullen. They're on their way to the Federation Cup final and also the Australia Cup round of 32. It's important to to talk about how big that cup is. It's become something massive after, it's almost been 10 years now. LA United won the first one of it in 2014. Now we get to see Campbelltown City back on the national stage.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. The exposure it gives the younger players, the grassroots clubs, people work so hard all year round. And it's just a brilliant little reward for clubs to get that exposure, to experience that, play against some really big clubs. It's brilliant. It is one of the best things that's happened to the game in this country.
And there's the celebrations, the relief for getting this win here today. They're in the Cup final on the 24th of May here at ServiceFM Stadium. And we will cross down now. To the winning coach, Michael Matriciani, with Alessio Carocci.
Back down here on the pitch with. We're back here on the pitch with Michael Matriciani. How's it feeling after that one?
Yeah, look, it wasn't the prettiest of games, but we got the win, we got the clean sheet. We're happy to go through the next round.
Yeah, fantastic game from both sides today. It really showed a lot of effort, a lot of action on the near side as well. A couple of refereeing decisions, but it was a fantastic win from you guys. And how excited are you to coach Cup final?
Yeah, look, any Cup final is very important. So we've been working hard all year. It was a great battle. Credit to Croydon. They pushed us the whole 95 minutes. But, a bit of quality from Shogo, we get through. So very happy.
And Campbelltown, not too dissimilar with being on the national stage as well. So hopefully you guys get a home or an away trip. Who are you expecting to try and get?
Look, we're thinking about Comets now on Saturday. So whenever that draw is, I'm not too sure, but I think the boys would always enjoy our away trip. So hopefully we get an away trip.
We're coming away with this one unscathed as well. A 1-0 win here on ServiceFM. Congratulations, and hopefully see you next.
Cheers, thank you.
Have a good one.
There he is, and what a coach he is. He's playing it down a little bit. We got to worry about Comets. Come on, you're going to be playing probably against an A-League team. You might be playing against Central Coast Mariners, who just won the A-League Grand Final last week, maybe.
Yeah, look, Matrish is very professional in his approach, and so he's absolutely genuine when he says that his thoughts are going to be with the game on Saturday, and you know that's what this club is about, Campbelltown, and that's if you want success, you have to have that mentality. So, you know, he's definitely aspirational, and they will do well. They will do well, I'm sure of that, and they'll represent the state very, very well in the next round.
Yeah, absolutely they will. Let's just have a look at these highlights as well. It's incredible. Campbelltown just capitalised on everything. Croydon, unfortunately, had a few opportunities, but just couldn't find that finishing product, could they? That's what they've had that issue with all season.
Yeah, absolutely. Spot on. It looked a little bit toothless up front. Maybe that word's a little bit harsh on them, but just lacked a little bit of penetration, lacked a little bit of creativity, something to unlock Campbelltown's defence, who up until maybe the last 5 or 6 minutes weren't really threatened too much. So, yeah, look, all in all, I think Campbelltown were deserved winners, but Croydon can absolutely hold their heads up high. No shame in that defeat. They all put in a really, really good shift and did well. They did well.
They absolutely did do well in here. They can hold their head up high, though. They did fight to the very, very end in this game, trying to get back in this. The early injury to Christopher Vivian as well didn't make it easy for him.
No, it didn't. And the early goal, obviously they had gone in with a particular formation. They started with, back five without the ball, and that requires a certain way of playing. And then 4 minutes in, you're down a goal. That thought process changes significantly, and then the injury doesn't make matters any easier for them. So they're up against a side that is extremely talented, extremely experienced. They can hold their heads up high coming up against a side in form with a lot of talent.
Well, absolutely. And these highlights show one aspect of the game, but the other aspect of the game is also the stats, which we'll take a look at shortly as well. And let's take a look at those stats as we see them on the screen. And we'll have a look at those stats. I'll say it again. There we go. 14 shots on in total for Campbelltown City, 7 for Croydon. Half of those to Croydon, obviously, and 5 on target for Campbelltown City. They managed to get that one goal. It's not too far off from Croydon on the amount on target for them, only 3. Where did it go wrong? Obviously not having that one particular striker up front that just really can hammer it in.
Yeah. Ultimately becomes a difference in quality. I think Campbelltown did create cleaner opportunities, and I think that's where Croydon really lacked that player up there who could find that half a chance and bury it. But I think overall Campbelltown were in cruise control for the majority of the game. They didn't have to come out after that early goal and do anything super special, and I think they managed the game very, very well in the end.
Well, absolutely. We'll cross down for the final time. Alessio Carocci, mate, thank you for this evening, mate. You did a great job on the sideline. How's your legs feeling? They're nice and warm still, and your hands cold?
My hands are absolutely freezing down here, Johnny. As soon as I get into the nice warm commentary box where you guys are, I'm sure I'll get nice and warm. But it's been fantastic. Big Cup semi-final, and both teams made a great showing of themselves. Campbelltown back on the national stage would be something that they'd love to see.
Well, we didn't get to see the coaches most of the time throughout the game. You got the first-hand view right on the pitch. What was it like? How was Travis reacting, and also Matriciani reacting in those final 10 minutes?
Well, definitely the Croydon bench were the more loud of the lot, especially with those last 2 penalty decisions not going for them. They definitely had a few questions for the referee after that one, walking up to him after the game, but the referee said too late now, and Campbelltown were just trying to get a lot of men behind the ball. Matriciani pushing his strikers, wingers, all into that midfield block to try and clear that ball, and ultimately it proved well for them, and they got the win.
Absolutely, they did, mate. Well, for last thing before we wrap up for this evening as well, but how do you find yourself being on the sideline tonight? Do you enjoy it for this big occasion?
Yeah, it's very good. I think it's one of the best atmospheres, one of the best viewing points as well. You can get here on the bench. You can hear a lot of the tactics working. You can see the subs before they happen and what positions they might come on in. But yeah, fantastic facility here as well, Service FM. So I'd love to see more of it.
It is a great facility, mate, and thank you for joining us, mate. Really enjoyed having you on the sideline. Great knowledge as well coming from there. Appreciate you joining us, mate.
Cheers. Thanks to Vass and you as well.
Excellent.
No, mate, it's been a pleasure working with you this evening, and thank you for joining us here on YouTube and Facebook as well, Football South Australia and also the Australia Cup Facebook page. We enjoyed having you for us this evening here at this beautiful venue, ServiceFM Stadium. Remember that name, 24th of June is the Federation Cup final, and potentially we could see these two teams playing here, in the Australia Cup, depending on who they get, where they play it. But looking forward to that. Mate, Vass, a pleasure having you on board tonight, and good luck in your Federation Cup final as well with the LA United Youth Reserves.
Thank you very much. It was always love working with you, Johnny. It's always entertaining, and you do an awesome job, so thanks for having me.
Entertaining, I like that. Thank you. Well, it's been a lot of entertainment here in the commentary box, and big thank you to the Football South Australia team, our producers, our camera operators, and everyone in between who've done a great job here this evening, bringing you this broadcast. Enjoy your night. Have a drink, have a coffee, go to bed, do what you want. But we'll see you on the 24th of March for that Federation Cup final. Have a good night, and it's a good night here from Johnny Gecko and the team.